Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Paralives. I am so excited to play Early Access once it's released in December. Like, it just feels like it's gonna be such a huge breath of fresh air. And it's really interesting going through some of their recent posts. So, since it's been a while since I've done a Paralives video, I figured I would just highlight some of their recent stuff. The music you're hearing in the background right now is Golden Days, which will play in build mode. It's meant to embody a sense of nostalgia with a bit of a country music feel. The video you're seeing is a sneak peek of vibe personality trait animations. So in that Patreon post, they talk about how in the ParaMaker, you can select stats, a social trait, a talent trait, and a vibe trait for your character. So with vibe traits, they have overjoyed, grumpy, gloomy, energetic, serious, sensitive, peaceful, and jester. They may add some more vibes later, but that's the ones that they have for now. So your parafolk will display their chosen vibe traits idle animation, switching between animation variations when they're not actively doing something. But if they're experiencing a strong emotion, then an emotion-specific idle animation will play instead. I hope this will add a lot of variation to parafolk and the animations won't be as repetitive. The post I want to mainly focus on though is the one that they just made public today about some exciting live mode updates. So yes, you can be mean in Paralives, where there are some different variations on social interactions. Like you can compliment outfit, you can compliment outfit in a flirty way or in an ironic way. So then they can express different intentions, even if it is the same base interaction. And that way you can make other parafolk in the conversation feel embarrassed, angry, or sad. In this case, if you're making an ironic compliment, but then the other parafolk can be offered together cards to insult the para that was rude to them. What's neat is also there are different options for being mean depending on the context. So you can insult a para for having less cooking skill than you, or if they have a lower paying job, or if you want to blame them for the house being dirty. When parafolk are mean to each other, you can choose to make them enemies. So if they do have that enemy label, it'll unlock more together cards and ways to reflect that dynamic. Next, they talk about new wants. Based on their personality, relationships, and emotions, parafolk will have different wants that they wish to complete. Alejandro recently added many more wants to the game, like fitness talent traits, do 50 push-ups, jack of all trade talent, level up 2 different skills, serious vibe trait, get an upgrade points at work today, has met someone new recently, become friends with that parafolk, has been seeing someone romantically, so then they want to get intimate with that parafolk, and just moved in and doesn't have a fridge. They have a want to purchase a fridge. To give you an idea, here's our document listing all the wants that are being added to the game right now. Yeah, it's so small. Even when I blew it up, I could not read a single thing. So yeah, I'm assuming there's a ton of wants that they want to add. Yeah, they want to add wants. The last thing they talk about is personality trait evolutions. So completing wants gives you personality points, and when you have enough of those, you can level up your personality and choose one evolution for it. So level 1, you start there after you have selected personality traits for your new character in the ParaMaker. Level 2, you pick one vibe trait evolution. At level 3, you pick one social trait evolution. And at level 4, you pick one talent trait evolution. So they have this example here hitting level 4 for picking a talent trait evolution. Personality level up! Pick one evolution for Rachel's music talent. So we have sleep learning. Sleeping will slowly increase your music skills. That's interesting. Kind of like, I guess, conveying that sometimes you can wake up one morning really inspired. And then inspiration. Everyone learns music skills faster when in a group with you. That's really cool too. I think I'd actually have a hard time choosing between those. I guess it just really depends what sort of character that I've made that I want to just take their direction in, and then it would be like a lot easier to choose. At personality level 5, you can pick one extra stat point. So they show physique, mind, creativity, and charisma, which they have none of. And then level 6, pick one vibe trait evolution. Level 7, pick a social trait evolution. Level 8, pick one talent trait evolution. Level 9, pick one more social perk or talent perk. At level 10, you pick one trait evolution, which is the one you picked at level 9. And then level 11, pick one extra stat point. Finally, level 12, you pick one trait evolution, which is, again, the one you picked at level 9. We've been working on adding more and more personality trait evolutions and effects, and we're looking forward to sharing more examples. Keep in mind, this is very much a work in progress, so all this might still change before release and after as we receive feedback. This is a really intriguing idea. Like, there's definitely an RPG feel to this, but I think it could make for some pretty compelling gameplay. Like, comparing it to The Sims 4, I don't feel compelled to complete wants very often. I usually forget they're there. However, with The Sims 2, I feel compelled to complete wants just because of the fact that if I don't, Sims will eventually become vulnerable to mental breakdowns. So basically two extremes. With Paralives though, I think it'll end up working out more realistically. Like, we'll actually see a couple examples right here. Personality level up so we can be studious, all skills improve 20% faster, or hardworking, or 20% chance of having a second job upgrade point each day. But that is pretty much it for now. So that is pretty clever that they do have interactions available with different intentions so that you can compliment in a different way, but it's not necessarily a genuine compliment. It can be kind of like snarky. And the ones that is good that they have that covered. I guess most of it is to be expected, like it relating to your traits or your pair folks' current situation. Like if they're missing a fridge, then they would want to get a fridge. But I think the most intriguing part of this post for me is the personality trait evolutions. Definitely will give me more incentive to keep playing the same parafolk and just see how far they get and what sort of benefits they will end up earning in the long run. I just hope that it doesn't end up feeling too much like an RPG, because I remember the earlier days of The Sims 3 going in that direction and I wasn't really a big fan of it. Like, there was a lot of emphasis on quests and opportunities, and that's not really what I play a life sim for, personally. Other than that, I don't really have too many concerns with this game. I just hope that they will be able to deliver on all the really lofty promises they had from the get-go when they first announced this game by the time that they do the full release. And I mean, the music, yeah, I almost forgot to mention the music again, because like every time I hear a new track, it feels like I'm floating on a cloud or something. Like, it just makes me feel some inner peace. I really hope that they will put the full Paralives soundtrack on streaming services. I'll wrap up this video here, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you think of Paralives so far. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.